Hello, everybody. I hope everybody's doing great. I kind of want to talk to you guys a little bit today about where I believe cryptocurrency itself has gone wrong and why we are in the situation that we are now with cryptocurrency and the current state of the market. Cryptocurrency itself, in its infancy, was built to be a decentralized application, basically, going down to its infancies and when it was first created. And as cryptocurrency grew and grew and grew, it became very apparent and very evident that there was a centralized nature to cryptocurrency when of a lot of these centralized exchanges were developed. And this is where I believe cryptocurrency itself has fallen off the rails a little bit. When you look at the fiascos that have taken place over the past 12 to 24 months, and we're talking about Three Arrows Capital, we're talking BlockFi, we're talking Voyager, we're talking Genesis, we're talking FTX, we're talking, any of them guys that are in that realm right there that have fallen and literally brought the cryptocurrency market down with them. Um, they were all centralized activities. They were all centralized off of the blockchain type of activities. And it goes against exactly what cryptocurrency was built for and why cryptocurrency currently exists today. Um, Cryptocurrency was built and is intended to be the record of truth. And when you say the record of truth, blockchain doesn't lie. The movement of tokens, the movement of coins, the movement of money being tracked on a blockchain was always the ultimate goal. And when you take them to a centralized exchange, um, the tracking of them assets cease to exist. And this is kind of where things really go bad. Think about an FTX for an example. If that centralized exchange was built on a blockchain, people would have seen what was going on a lot sooner than what happened, and maybe people wouldn't have got wrecked. The same with BlockFi, the same with Voyager. All these were very centralized, no track, no tracking, no accountability to the people that are actually putting their money in these things, which goes completely against everything that cryptocurrency was built for. So I believe that in order to have a legitimate centralized exchange, they technically should be operating on a blockchain. How and why you get this done, I have no idea, but it is becoming obvious to everybody that there needs to be more accountability in these centralized exchanges. There needs to be more accountability with these centralized applications. There needs to be more accountability with these centralized staking platforms. And there needs to be some accountability with leveraging and being able to track where your money actually goes, and centralized exchanges levering out your money. These high APYs, it's all a mess, it's all a problem, and it's all hurting cryptocurrency in general. And it's all going against exactly what cryptocurrency was built for. I'll give you another example. Coinbase Wallet just decided to delist XRP, XLM, Bitcoin Cash, I believe, Ethereum Classic, in what's supposed to be quote unquote a DeFi wallet, right? So if a cryptocurrency wallet, a DeFi wallet, a true DeFi wallet, can delist and relist tokens and cut you off from trading inside the wallet, is it really a DeFi wallet, or is it a centralized wallet that's controlled by centralized people? Well, you make your own conclusions for that, but DeFi means DeFi, and centralization means centralization. You can spin that any way you want, but at the end of the day, the definitions are the definitions. And the same with these centralized exchanges. The problem with getting rid of these centralized exchanges at this point is people need a place to onboard and offboard their money. And this is where the centralized exchanges have the upper hand in the cryptocurrency world, is they are the onboard and offboard ramp for people's actual money to get it in and out of their bank accounts. Uh, so the minute that somebody is able to come up with a solution for onboarding and offboarding your actual dollars into your bank account, centralized exchanges may always be needed until that solution happens, i.e. Ripple, i.e. why the SEC has sued Ripple, i.e. why they're dragging this out, because Ripple had that solution and they were working towards that solution, and the government didn't want anything to do with that solution. And there's a reason why, but that's a whole nother video about how the government's actually still controlling the dollars that come in and out of cryptocurrency, which is completely the system that people in cryptocurrency are looking to get away from. So I don't know. It was just something that was on my mind, something I was thinking about, something that I wanted to kind of talk to you guys about, because until we can get away from the centralization of crypto, I think we're going to continue to have these issues, and we're going to continue to have the big, huge liquidity and insolvency issues within these centralized environments. And keep in mind, nothing that's going on in the cryptocurrency market right now, as far as these big, huge disasters, has happened in a DeFi space. They have all happened in a centralized space. Some people can argue that Luna Classic happened in a DeFi space, but that was a pure manipulation of the actual algorithmic peg, which algorithmic pegs are dangerous for cryptocurrency. In my opinion, they're a dangerous practice. They're dangerous for the investors. And as Luna Classic shows you, that when that peg is broken, it's pure disaster and unrecoverable. So, that's a whole nother video about algorithmic stablecoins and how they're dangerous for the space, and how they actually should probably leave the space, and how they probably won't be around when the United States government is done with their stablecoin reform. So these things will be short-lived anyways. So I think, but other than Luna Classic being depegged, really everything else that's tanked this market has been centralization, and it has been the work of people. And people themselves have destroyed other people in this space, whether that's over leveraging, whether that's just pure mismanagement of funds, whether that's bad business practices, whether that's not doing your true due diligence and really in your business, every day-to-day business decisions. But at the end of the day, people are wrecking people. Crypto's not wrecking people. The people that are running these centralized exchanges are wrecking people. And these centralized trading platforms and lending platforms are wrecking people. And that's just how it is, and them are the facts. And if anybody wants to argue the facts with me, then we can do that. But the facts are the facts, and you can't run from the facts. And but until there's a way to onboard and offboard money into people's bank accounts, we will always have some sort of centralization to crypto. So this becomes a bigger question of, what does that centralization look like? And how is it tracked? And how are you securing your money? And how are you making sure that if you have money in a centralized environment, that it's secure, it's backed up, and it's ready to have you withdraw it when it's there for you to be when you want to withdraw it, basically. Which always leads to manipulation of markets, and it always leads to manipulation of prices, and it always leads to manipulation of people. And when you give people large sums of money, sometimes people don't always do the right things with large sums of money, and that is the problem. But DeFi itself was built to curb this issue, um, and it was built to curb this issue on blockchain, because blockchain doesn't lie. The blockchain does not lie. If it says you made a transaction, you made a transaction. If it says that you moved a wallet, guess what? You moved a wallet. It is what it is. It's there on the blockchain. It's there for everybody to look at, and it's public knowledge. And just think about if FTX or if BlockFi or if Voyager, or the list can go on and on and on, were built on the blockchain. Even Binance, for example. I mean, you could see all the transactions in Binance if they were built on the blockchain. This would give people the ability to do their own research. It would give people the ability to see where money's being moved. It would give the people the ability to see what was actually going on inside decentralized exchanges. And FTX would have never happened. I can't say it would have never happened, but there would have been red flags that some blockchain experts would have been able to see long before the collapse. The same with Voyager, the same with BlockFi, the same with FTX, the same with everything that fell, even Genesis, and all these people that are in trouble. Blockchain experts would have been able to go in there and look at that and say, you know what, something doesn't look right, the math doesn't add up, something's not right? But when you have people operating in the dark, nobody knows until they have to know. And what's in the dark will always come to light, but sometimes when it comes to light, it's a little too late. So, and that's why the blockchain itself was created. That's why cryptocurrency itself was created, for that transparency. And it seems like every time these things happen, we steer the conversation to more and more of how we can fix the centralization of crypto, instead of getting back to what was crypto actually built to do. And why can't crypto go back to what it was intentionally meant to do? And that was to show transparency on the blockchain, and that was to make sure that the transparency was there, it was adequate, it was at people's fingertips, it was all recorded on the blockchain, so that when these things like FTX or Voyager, BlockFi, these things go wrong, there's an instant record of what happened, instead of listening to Sam Bankman-Fried, listening to the guy from Voyager, listening to Three Arrows Capital explain to you why they don't believe that they scammed you, when in reality they scammed you. And whether they scammed you because they were bad business people, or they scammed you because they knew what they were doing, or they scammed you because at the end of the day they were just incompetent, it doesn't matter. They scammed you. A scam is a scam. That's a scam. It doesn't matter how it's pulled off. So I think the conversation needs to go back to, how do we get onboarding and offboarding of people's money to their bank account, so that they're able to be completely decentralized and trade their cryptocurrency. I think this is where the conversation needs to go. I think this is what needs to happen. Centralized exchanges can play a role in that, but they should play a role on the blockchain. They shouldn't play a role in silence. And just think about that for a minute, and just think about why cryptocurrency was created in the first place, and where we are today. And it's even going down to the wallets now. When you look at what Coinbase is doing, that's a completely centralized, what they call DeFi wallet is completely a centralized wallet. When they can control the things that they can control, it becomes a completely centralized wallet. So it's really truly not a DeFi wallet, and people are using it as a DeFi wallet, and that's not what it is. So with that, that's kind of what my thoughts are. That's kind of some stuff that was on my mind. So I thought maybe I'd just get it off today. I figured if it was on my mind, maybe it was on your guys' mind too. But let's start steering this conversation more to the lines of what was crypto built for, and how can we get back to its true intention? Because if we go back to its true intention, we don't have the problems that we have today. So with that, like the channel, subscribe to the channel, share this out. Appreciate your guys' time. Have a great day.